All right, so my grandson asked me to show him how to make apple brandy. You start out with a nice clean glass jar, very clean pair of hands, and a bag of apples, some raisins. I have some in a 15-ounce box, and then I've got little boxes, and sugar. So it's basically you layer the project. I'm just gonna cut my apples I cut my apples in half. Let's see if you can get that all in there. And then I just leave the core. I don't use the core. If there's some little bruises or something on the apple, that's okay. We're not gonna make anything out of it in the end. But this is good to use old apples. You got a bunch of apples and you rainy day and you want something to do. Slice them into pieces. Oh, that size. And we're going to do a layer of apples. About 3 apples per layer. Try to hit the jar. It's okay to have the skins on them. Just slices. There's 1 apple. See the little yuckies here? It's fine. We're just getting the juice. You can pre-cut your apples all at once if you want. Cut them as you go along. It's your apple brandy. You hear a lot of traffic going by. The windows are open today. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful day. Okay, 3rd apple. He also wants to know how I make my apple jack. So for this video, it's just going to be getting the apple raisin brandy. It's actually, raisins are in this as well. I find this is the easiest way to chop an apple. Got it. All right, between each layer, we are going to do a tablespoon of sugar. My last batch, I used 3 tablespoons of sugar, and I found it was very sweet. In the middle, I might add the 2 tablespoons of sugar just so that it's a little bit sweeter in the middle, and all the juices from the top will take that down to the bottom. All right, so layer of sugar. We will do a layer of raisins. There we go. Like a box of raisins. And then a tablespoon of sugar. Here comes the fun part. If you used a masher, you could use a masher for this, but as you can see, my masher don't fit in there. So I'm just going to go give it the good old-fashioned knuckle sandwich. Squish it down with my fist. And you do this between every layer. Just squash it down. Make sure your hands are clean. Alright, gets the juices flowing. Alright. Rinse my hand. Start the next layer. Trying to avoid the seeds. I can't remember if it's cyanide or arsenic. I think it's cyanide that's in apple seeds, and 1 or 2 seeds isn't going to hurt anything, but might as well be safe. All right, get off their seed. I don't know why I did that, because it's not like we're going to eat this. Takes 6 months to make apple brandy. So you're going to find yourself a cool, a warm, dark place. I found the perfect place in my hallway closet. It's always warm up here in the summer and in the winter, and it stays dark because we hardly ever go into it. I would lay down a towel and some plastic because it will rise up and leak a little. Well, that's what happened to me last year, but I filled it to the tippity top. This year I'm not going to do that. All right, 1 more apple. Oh, look at that. I turned my head and sneezed. Doesn't matter, it's mine. And it'd be an alcohol, I suppose. So it would be sterilized, but yeah. Don't sneeze in your food, whatever you do. I just turned around and sneezed behind me and put my hand or anything. Nobody's here. Just didn't want it getting the apples. This is sneezing season. All right. This is apple number 3. I lost an apple. Okay. All right, so small box of raisins, or if you have a box of raisins, a handful. I'll move them around, spread them out. Those were left over from the other box. Okay. The sugar. Forgot the sugar. All right, it's supposed to be a layer of sugar between the two, so I'll put the 2 teaspoons in here. All right, toss it around a little bit. Give it a knuckle sandwich. Squishy, 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 squishy. Okay, now that I got it full and I have it right under the rim, don't fill it any more than that. I need a piece of cellophane or saran wrap and elastic. When you're going to put this in a nice warm dark place, which I have an upstairs closet, I'm just going to, and they say to put a book on it, and I didn't put a book on it. I kind of just put the lid of the jar on it like that instead of a book, and I weighed it down with a weight, and it came out perfect. So now I'm going to show you where to store it. Let's see if I can get out of the light. There we go. I've got a little rug down there and a bunch of plastic, and she's going to be sitting there for 6 months. She'll be ready in December. 4-gallon jars made all of this.